On this cruise, we're in Noumea, the capital of New Caledonia, New Caledonia being a French colony. So it's quite different to other types of tourism in the Pacific. The other types of tourism in the Pacific is more Australian and New Zealand centric in terms of the types of visitors. Whereas New Caledonia being still the French colony, we get lots more of the European and particularly the French tourists coming and taking in the sights. The local people here, the Canucks, there's lots of issues related to their sovereignty and being independent like other South Pacific countries. And so this is underlying tension. So here you got a little bit of France all the way in the Pacific. So we'll go and take a look around a little bit later.
This is the picturesque Ansivata Bay, or Duck Bay, so called because in the past it was swampy. But just off the coast is Duck Island, a very popular place for locals and tourists alike.
In Noumea, in World War II, the US military had its headquarters in the Pacific here, and you can still see some of the areas called receiving and motor pool heritage from that time left over. New Caledonia is still a colony of France. I think they term it overseas territory. Part of the reason you would have to think is because of the resources that they can still find here. And behind me, I'm here in Noumea, behind me is nickel mining, one of the resources that would be exported back to France to use in some of their manufacturing.
Bay de Citron, or Lemon Bay, is another popular venue where cruise tourists go when they get off the boat. It's popular not least for the restaurants and bars that surround the bay. Cruise passengers can also access the free Wi-Fi at these restaurants and bars, something that's very expensive on board.
The cruise ship's here for one day, so we've got out. One of the big issues about cruise tourism is how to disperse the cruise tourists. We saw in the Isle of Pines, the population was about 2,500. That's how many people are on the cruise ship. If everybody gets off in the one concentrated place, it can cause congestion and unsustainable practices by just dumping a load of cruise tourists in the one congested, isolated spot. Here in Noumea, it's a little bit different. We've got buses coming past. We've got some choo-choo train, which is a tourist sort of open-air train, a road train that takes people to different destinations. But essentially, in Noumea, we've got 3S tourism. I've mentioned 3S tourism before: sun, sea and sand. I enjoy it too, but this is what cruise tourists are doing.
So there's swimming and snorkeling and even diving off the pontoon at Lemon Bay. Here I'm putting back a starfish that I found on the bottom. Then I head back to the port where I do some last minute shopping before embarking back onto the cruise ship. The souvenirs were the usual sort of Pacific merchandise. I didn't buy anything, and most of the shop owners were of European heritage rather than Canuck heritage, so I guess there was a question about how much the economic benefits are shared throughout the whole population.